this is Amanda from The Fundamental Home, and today I am making pumpkin pie. I'm using the pie crust that I made in my hand pot pie video. I'm gonna link you right up here if you haven't seen that. So head over there and check out if you wanna see how to make the crust. But I had a little bit of leftover crust that I wrapped in plastic and put in my refrigerator. I'm gonna roll that out and I'm gonna show you how I make the actual pumpkin pie. And we're gonna go take a look at that now, so let's go. Okay, so if you saw the video yesterday, I kind of have the same setup going on here from that. This is my cookbook that I'm using, and it's again my old red Better Homes and Gardens. Not the oldest one that I have, but one of my favorites. And I'm using their pumpkin pie. So I got my pie plate. There is my wrapped up pie dough in the plastic still. My can of pumpkin, ground cinnamon, nutmeg, rolling pin, eggs, sugar in the container, and that's my cooking milk right there. I'll link to the cooking milk video also if you haven't seen that in my kitchen. Anyway, so I'm gonna take this out of the plastic and roll it out. I already got the flour set up. I might need to add a little bit more water because it dries out sometimes when it's sitting in the fridge, but I'm gonna go ahead and roll that out, and then we will put it in the pie pan and then start on the filling. Okay, so I got the crust ready and I just got a little bit left over. This much is really not even enough to make maybe 1 or 2 cookies, so I try not to waste it, but that's enough that I actually think I'm just gonna get rid of that. And then this I'm actually going to flute, and I already showed you on the other video how to do the fluting, so if you want to check that out, make sure you go there. But I'm gonna go ahead and flute this, and then I am going to get the filling made. All done. Okay, so I got everything for the filling in the bowl. I have a can of pumpkin. I have 2 slightly beaten eggs. You can see those over there. I have half a cup of sugar, which is kind of melted down. I got 3/4 cup milk, which is again my cooking milk. I have, let's see, a 1/4 teaspoon of nutmeg and a teaspoon of ground cinnamon. The recipe also calls for ginger, half a teaspoon of it, but I don't have any, so I'm just gonna skip that, no big deal. And you know, you could just do it a piece at a time, but I just toss it all in there and go ahead and mix it up. I am gonna use my hand mixer, not my KitchenAid, just because it's a little bit easier. And then we're gonna actually pour it into the pie shell. It's all mixed up, and I'm just gonna take this and pour it into my ready pie shell. And I love these little spatula things. I don't know if you guys use them. Trying to use a regular spoon is not as good as these plastic spatulas. They just get every single bit out. And I don't know about you, but pumpkin pie is like one of my favorite desserts. Gotta get my hand there.
Amen.
That was Ricky, who is cooking at the stove. Camera person, get a shot of Ricky at the stove. There he is, frying up some ground beef. So anyway, back to the pie. Pumpkin pie is one of my favorites, and I love to make it. It's very easy, very simple, and actually there's really not going to be much to this video. I think a lot of people are intimidated by pies, but as you can see, it's really just throwing some things together, mixing it up. I try to make it pretty, but there it is. And tossing it in the pie shell. The hardest part is the pie shell. That's absolutely the hardest part. But of course, we made that yesterday, so it was actually a lot quicker. So a lot of times people ask me about quick, easy desserts, and if you make pie crusts in advance and have them either in the freezer or in the fridge, then it's real easy to roll one out and put the ingredients inside of it and then toss in the oven and you're done. So we're gonna put this in the oven. It's on a 375-degree oven for about, I think it's 45 minutes. I'll double check and put it on the screen, however many minutes it is. And that's it. We're gonna be done. I'll show you the finished product in a minute. And here is my end result pumpkin pie. I had to stick the knife in. You can see my little knife mark. Just all you're gonna do to know whether or not it's done is you're gonna take your knife, any butter knife, and just stick it in there, and if it comes out clean and look, yay, it did, then you know it's done. So the thing about pumpkin pie is you can eat it warm. It's much better cold. So we're gonna let this sit for a couple of hours, and that's it. It's gonna be done. So, and also I just want to point out, when the filling was put in, it almost looked a little bit like there wasn't enough filling, but the crust itself kind of shrank down, and you can see that it was just right. So anyway, we're gonna let this cool. We're gonna let it cool out here on the stove until it's cool enough to go in the fridge, and then we'll put it in the fridge and let it cool down for a couple of hours. It'll be perfect for dinner tonight. So that's it, just a simple video just to show you how I make a quick pumpkin pie with the leftover pie crust from the ham pot pie. So anyway, thanks for watching. If you have any questions, let me know, and I will see you guys next time.